Welcome, welcome. Hello again. I am on day 2 of Passover prep. For me, Passover, for you, it could be Easter, or you can just decide that you want to make these recipes for any day of the week. They're great for special days. They're also great for just any day. So yesterday, we did a couple of things. We made soup that came out great. It's in my downstairs refrigerator. It's delicious. I'm very pleased with it. We also made a casserole with sweet potatoes and apples and dates and carrots, and that's called Simus, which is a good evening, prodigal aquarist. Welcome again. So I am going to finish what I started yesterday, which was the Simus, the sweet potato casserole, but I'm doing something different. I decided I'm glad that I didn't bake it, because when I made it yesterday, it just seemed like a lot. The quantity seemed really, really big. So I decided that because I'm having so much other food, and I need to bring something with me on Sunday night, which is the second night of Passover, I'm just going to divide it into 2 separate casseroles. And that way I will have it to bring with me. I will have it for Saturday night, and I'll have it also for Sunday night. Now, let me know where you're watching from. Number 1, you have a couple of little homework assignments. Where are you watching from? And can you hear me okay? I want to know that. So I'm going to go over here and take this very heavy casserole, and I am going to uncover it. And it looks divine. It really looks divine. And now I'm rethinking even again that maybe I'll just leave it in this. And I got to see. A lot of times you have to, you got to use your noggin, your head. The sound is fine. Great. That's terrific. I'll show you what this looks like. Came out beautiful, correct? Really came out good. And I think I need to remove one of the, keep looking at how gorgeous that is. We're going to make the dressing that goes on it. I think I'm going to take I'm going to take one of these out. This one. This is the tray. And right now I only need 1 tray. And I'm going to move this tray up. I think that should be good. All right. So next, let's see who else is here. Apple is back. Hello, Apple. And Caroline is here from Virginia, and Green Lady is here it's Beth from Sarasota. Terrific. So I am continuing with the casserole, which is called Simus. And I think I might have told you, but it's worth repeating. It's a Yiddish word. And when you say Simus, it usually refers to like a big fuss, right? Don't make such a big Simus about it. It's used in that context, but Simus is also a big fuss, but it really isn't, because it didn't take that much time to make. It's a combination of sweet potatoes and apples and dates and carrots, and I combined, I used pecans. That's right. And now I'm going to make the dressing that goes on top of it. It occurs to me that it would be fun, and I hadn't thought about this, but I am a big fan of different color sweet potatoes. There are sweet potatoes called Hannah's. They're also sometimes called Jersey sweet potatoes. They probably have other names too, but they're brown on the outside and white on the inside, and they're so delicious. They're my favorite sweet potato. I think if you were on yesterday, you might have heard me say that I don't love orange sweet potatoes unless I use them for making chocolate pudding, which is great. And I have a couple of other things, like brownies I make with the orange sweet potatoes, but it would be fun to use a combination like the purple sweet potatoes and the white sweet potatoes and the Japanese sweet potatoes and the Hawaiian sweet potatoes. Did you know that there were that many sweet potatoes? Yeah, there are. Starchy Shauna's here. Hi. So glad to have you here. We are going to take this gorgeous casserole that has all the ingredients from yesterday, and we are going to make, I was going to put it in two separate, see, I have cast iron pots there. And I'm still thinking about doing that. I think I will. So it's a little bit of a patchki. That's another Yiddish word. It's like a big, fuss. It's a Simus to do it. But I think it's worth it. So let's see. This is rather large. I like the size of this one. I'm going to turn this down so that you can see it as I do it. And Beth says, we like apricot as well as prunes in our Simus. Yeah, I actually thought about that, and I still might look and see what I have. Give me a second. We'll get to that in a second. But first, let me turn this down so you can see it. And then I'm going to make sure my hands are nice and clean. And I have to be very, very careful today about the time because I'm actually song leading. I don't know how many of you know this, but I'm a musician, and I'm song leading by Zoom for a synagogue in the Midwest. And so I have to kind of make sure I'm out of here by about 6:30, if not before. All right, so my hands are nice and clean. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you, I'm just going to sort of take half of this and transfer it just like that. I think ultimately it might be easier for me to deal with it. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Okay, so here is one. Let me look a little bit more. This is one of them. And, I got to tell you, I have 8 people coming. What do you think, you guys? Is this enough? There's a lot of other food. Is this enough? Let's see if everybody did like this much. 2. I think it is. I always make too much. So I think I'm going to trust my gut. All right, so here's the first one. And I'm just going to put that aside. And I think that I'm thinking about maybe leaving it in this like that. That works. I think that'll be good. Okay. I'm not unhappy with that. So and for those of you who are on here, please go and follow Starchy Shauna. She is a colleague of mine and she is brilliant. She has been very successful following the Starch solution, which is also my way, primarily my way of, with a little bit of tweaking on my part. Let's see who else is here. It looks like a good amount. Yeah, I feel like this is going to work. I'm not unhappy with that. All right, let's go and take a peek in my my basket of dried fruit and see what else we have here. Okay, I have this whole basket of dried fruit. I don't think I'm going to put goji berries in. I don't know if that's the kind of crowd for goji berries. I could put golden berries in. Now that's an interesting idea. These are golden berries. Let's hold that out as a possibility. I could put cranberries in. That's a possibility. And I have more. Ooh, I'm kind of liking the cranberry idea. And I have more cranberry. How do I have 3 things with cranberries? And what's this? What do I have here? Oh, I have apricots. Beth, I have apricots. All right, let's put this over here, get it out of the way. That's exciting. And yesterday I was telling you, by the way, about the Haggadah, which is the book that we use. So Passover, this particular one is a great title. It's a night of questions. We want people to, who come to the Seder, to ask questions. So this is a fabulous, I know, it's a lot of dry fruit. I've been collecting it. This is a fabulous Haggadah. And in Jewish texts, you read from this side, from right to left, not from left to right. So this one starts here. A night of questions, a Passover Haggadah. And then we just go through this whole Haggadah. It's got gorgeous pictures in it and all this one of the classic tunes is it goes Ma nishana halayla haza miko halelot shebechol halelot anu ochlin chametz umatzah halayla haza kulo matzah halayla haza kulo matzah. Did you know that I'm also a musician? Yes, I sing. So this is a great Haggadah, a great book. It's a beautiful melody, and we sing a lot of melodies during the Seder. There are some that are classic. I introduced some of the songs that I've written. Did I get stuff on me? I might have. Prodigal says, here's a question out of left field. Today I went out foraging for stinging nettles for my fish and shrimp. How would we mere humans consume such stuff? I have no idea. I've heard a lot about stinging nettles, but I don't know. I have a suggestion to you. If you send me, just post on here because I'll see it. I think I will. And I don't know. You know what? Go to Google. I was going to say I'll find out for you, but I'm not going to take on too much because I got a lot going on. All right. So yes, Shauna, it is a lot. You are absolutely right. But, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to take some of the golden berries and I'm going to put them just like that in here. And then I'm going to take the other casserole and put some in there. And then I'm going to also take the I don't eat a lot of dried fruit as a general rule because it's so calorically, it's high on the calorie density scale, but this is a special holiday and I'm okay with doing it, especially because this is only one of many recipes that I'm making. So it's interesting. I don't know why. I must have combined two different packages of dried apricots. So I'm just going to cut them, and then we're going to together. I'm going to let you help me, keep me company. We are going to make the dressing. It's not really a dressing. It's more like a sauce that goes over it. Okay, so I think I'll do one more. Oh, I think this is going to be. Ouch! Did I just cut myself? Oh. No, I'm good. Okay. I am going to bring the other one over here and do this one. This is fun. It's so much fun to have company to do this with. Yeah. And I spoke to my sister. I'll take a taste of that. Yesterday, she and her husband decided to spend Passover in Europe. So I think they're in Prague, actually. Okay, I think that's enough of that. And I think I'm going to also use a little bit of dried cranberries. Let's see what happens with that. Maybe some of that and some of that. Now, I think that that's plenty. I'm good with that. All right. Now I'm going to move this out of the way again because I need the room. And I was going to start this earlier today. I was going to start this at 1:00, and my young neighbor was going to help, but she wasn't feeling well. So I decided to just wait until a little bit later. Prodigal says I might be able to stretch to the soup and the tea, the rest not so much. Beth says we did a mock Seder for the K through 6th grade at Sunday school last week. I would bet you used some of my songs. It would not surprise me. A lot of synagogues across the country and religious schools use my songs. Let me know what songs you did, and I'll tell you if you did. Okay, Shauna says my mouth is watering. It looks so good. When will you cook all of this? Well, the soup is done. Soup came out fantastic. As a matter of fact, Shauna, I'm going to put, and this is for everybody, I'm going to put the recipe down below the show notes because I think it would be a great soup to have for for anybody on the starch solution. I think it fits all the requirements, especially if you don't use the oil. If you don't cook with the oil, I think you're good. And it came out so good. Although last night when we got into bed upstairs, my husband said the entire house smells like onions. That's because I used leeks and onions. And what was the other thing? What was the oniony thing? I can't remember. But anyway, the house did smell like onions for sure. Okay, so now let's get the juice going. Okay. And I will show you what I'm doing. I'm going to put this down right here. So what I'm going to do is kind of combine a little bit of my mother's recipe and a little bit of another recipe that I found. So I bought this orange juice. And I never drink orange juice. It's just too high in sugar. I don't drink it, but I am going to make it for this. Whoops. Down she goes. Okay. Anybody notice anything different about my attire today? Well, while you're thinking about it, I'm going to double this recipe in here. Just don't feel like this is enough liquid. Yeah, and this other recipe called for 4 sweet potatoes. But you know what? My instinct is to, instead of doing a 1/4 cup of orange juice, I'm doing a cup. And we're going to see if this doesn't feel like it's enough, I'll just redo it and do another for the other casserole. All right, so we have that. I'm not going to quadruple the maple syrup, however. I think I'm just going to do about, let's see, we're up to a cup. So that's about a 1/2 cup of maple syrup. I am going to use 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Oh, these are really, really hard. It's okay. Let me get out my cutting board, and I'm going to show you this fabulous, really fabulous lemon juicer that I have. It's really great. I know I'm going to need both. I might even need more than that, but I'm going to show you. This is, I don't care what this costs. If you can swing it, this is the best lemon juicer, and I'll show you why. So first of all, you can sit it down. It doesn't tip over. That's number 1. Number 2, it has, well, this is okay. I don't, what it does is it catches the lemon juice. When you put it in here, it catches it, and then it's got a spout. You can pour it out. It's just a fantastic. I think I have it in, if I don't have it in my Amazon store, I should, and I'll put it in there. All right, so what you do is you leave it on the counter like this and just press. That's it. All right, and then this is just a great, so this recipe says 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, which would be about 2 lemons. And because I did double everything, or not double, actually, quadrupled the orange juice. So I'm just going to do more lemon juice. I think it's worth it. I do have an apron on. You're absolutely right. That's correct. All right, in she goes. See how easy that is? Just so easy. All right, we're going to now go to the next thing, which is a tablespoon of brown sugar. Now, I want to use, and I don't know if I have it. I do. I'm going to use coconut sugar instead. So it's a little, I don't know if you would say it's less processed. I'm not sure. But this calls for a tablespoon. I'm going to do 2 tablespoons, not 4. Just going to do that. And I'll give it a little taste and see how it tastes. And then it calls for a teaspoon of cinnamon. So I will use, let's see, where's my teaspoon? Okay, here we go. Here's 1. Here's 2. Okay, so I set it to, so this is a, okay. And then it calls for, all right, I have to mix it. It calls for parsley too, but so I'm going to go like this. Mix it up. Now, if I were to do this again, I might consider sprinkling like cinnamon over the casserole and then adding the liquid separately. But you're learning along with me. It's been a long time. Okay, Darlene is saying she's from Lexington, Kentucky. How's the weather down there? I think you had some tornadoes, didn't you? Okay. I am going to give this a little bit of a taste and see if I think it's sweet enough. Oh my God. That is so good. Woo! That is so good. Okay. I know. I got this apron at a thrift store. You know, I told you yesterday I get a lot of stuff at thrift stores. Okay, let's put this, switch this. And the question is this, can I use this for both? I think I can. I'm feeling like I can. Yep, there we go. So that was a cup. And hold on. Let's do the other one. I'm going to get in there with my hands and mix that up too. Okay, so here we go. Okay, I think that's good. Now, my hands or maybe a little bit of a spoon. Let's see if this works. Okay. It would be both my hands and the spoon. Oh, I think this is plenty. I can just tell. I'm going to have to remember I did this. Somebody write that in the comments for me so that I remember that I did. Anybody ready? Write in the comments. I did a cup of orange juice. I did a half a cup of maple syrup. I did 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I did 2 tablespoons of coconut sugar. I did 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Yes, I think that it tastes good. It tastes delicious, actually. But I want to just see if I can cover as much as I can, just sort of soak everything in this. You know what else would be really good? If I had some orange Cointreau, it's a liqueur, that would be really good. I think that would really take it over the top, but I don't have any. I think I have some in Boston in our other house. Okay. I think that this is looking so good. I'm very excited about this. Very, very excited. Oh, and also I want to remember that I added golden berries and apricots and what was the other thing? Oh, and cranberries. I want to remember I did that too. Okay, this is pretty well juiced and covered with liquid. I think this is good. So that's for this one. And then I'm going to take this and put it over here. And I'm going to do this one. Let's see if we have anything I need to read. Oh, thank you. I love the apron too. Yes, I do. Okay, I think this is good. All right. I think this is good. Okay. I think I'm good. This is easier to mix because it's in a dish, but it's okay. Okay, I am going to wash my hands and let me just see. Oh, I'm going to do the parsley. I don't want to forget that. My mother's recipe did not call for parsley, but this one does. And I kind of like the idea of parsley in it. So I am going to add a lot of parsley because one of the traditions during Passover is to take parsley and each person does it, dip it into salt water. And the salt water is supposed to represent the tears of the Israelites. So I think that A little bit more. Okay, I'm going to put this back here. And I am going to give this a rinse, and then I'm going to cut it. Don't you feel like you're watching an episode of the cooking show, the Food Network? Okay. Okay. All right, we're going to chop that up. And that's going to then, I don't even bother taking the stems off. The stems are good. And I'm going to cover each of the casseroles, sprinkle the parsley over it, and into the oven it's going to go. Okay. Okay. There we go. I'll do like half of it in here. Oh, would you just look at how gorgeous that looks? Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. I got to move this so that you can see how beautiful does that look. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Now that is going to go over here, out of my way. And then this is going to go. And the rest of the parsley will go on here. Look at how scrumptious that looks. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let me wash my hands. And then let me just check and see whether we cover it or leave it uncovered. I think it's supposed to be covered to cook it. Okay. Now it says add the parsley and salt. You know, I'm not a big salt eater. I will just do a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, and then it says cover and bake, basting after 15 minutes for about 30 minutes total until the potatoes are fork tender and the juices are bubbling. I'm curious to see what my mother's recipe says. Mom's Simus says to bake for 30 minutes. Same thing, stir well. Oh, says stir well and then bake another 15 to 20. I'm more inclined to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this. And I'm going to put this in the oven. Yep. In the oven it goes. Okay, and then I'm going to cover this one with the foil. And that's going to go in the Okay, into the oven this one goes. And then I'll set the timer and we'll move on. Okay. Timer. I'm going to do 30 minutes. And then at 30 minutes, I'm going to take them out and mix it up and then put it back in the oven because I like the idea of the vegetables getting really like caramelized. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Or are we good to move on? Let's see. So if you're just coming on, let me know where you're watching from. Or if you have been on, let me know. When will you cook all of this is what Shauna had asked. So right now I'm cooking, that's done. So here's the cool thing. I can take this. You should see my, right now I'll show it to you. I'll just turn this around so you can see. See, my tile has all of my recipes and instructions and stuff. Not the recipes, but just it has information that I needed to look at. But now this is done. So I can actually, I don't really want to throw it out yet because I might want to take a picture and just remind myself what I did for all of this. Okay. The next thing I was going to do for today, which I'm very, very, very far behind. I'm going to have to do what I can now. And then after I lead services for Shabbat, which is the Jewish Sabbath, on my laptop by Zoom, then I'm going to come back and do some more after we have our dinner. So tonight, what I was going to do on Friday is the mock chopped liver, which I'm calling mushroom pate, the frittata, and what was and the spinach artichoke dip. So I'm inclined to start with the spinach artichoke dip. So let me pull it up on my spinach artichoke dip. Let me pull it up. Oh, here it is. All right, so remember I told you yesterday, it's important to really know beforehand what you're doing. Okay, so this is a vegan spinach artichoke dip, and the ingredients are cashews, garlic, onion, plant milk, nutritional yeast, also called nooch, salt, spinach, baby spinach, canned artichokes, and then optional is vegan Parmesan cheese, which I will serve with it because that'll be extra nice. All right, so remember yesterday we talked about getting everything sort of mise en place. So let's do that. We're going to start by actually soaking the cashews first, because that'll give me time to then get the rest of the stuff. So cashews. Now, I am going to have to kind of pop in and out of this because I just realized that my cashews are downstairs. Let me think about what else. Yeah, it does sound good, right? It's a really good. I would not really make this except for holidays because it's too much pachgeing. It's too much of a Simus to make it. Let me see what I need. I have my milk is my milk up? My milk is up here. I have to grab an onion. My garlic's up here. My nooch is up here. My lemon's up here. My spinach is, let's see. I think I have spinach in my refrigerator. Oh no. I do. I feel a sneeze. There is a sneeze coming. I can feel it. Oh. Oh, they always come in twos. Okay, next. So I think I have everything I need up here except, so I have to go downstairs and get my cashews. So I'll be back in about 30 seconds. Cashews. I need the big thing of cashews because I need 1.5 cups. That's right. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. All right, here I am. I buy these big bags of cashews at Costco, and I keep them in my freezer downstairs. I have my spinach. Let's put that over here and get it out of the way. All right, so we need to take 1.5 cups of cashews, and I believe it says to heat up about 3 cups of water in a tea kettle or small pot. Pour the boiling water over the cashews and let them soak for 5 minutes. All right, so we need to get some boiling water. And so we need to fill this kettle up. We have this really cool kettle because my husband makes pour-overs in the morning for coffee. That should be enough. So let me put that on. I'll put the kettle on. I'll put the kettle on. I'll put the kettle on. We'll all have tea. Okay. Let's do. I'm going to use this measuring cup, and I'm going to do 1.5 cups. Yes, 1.5 cups of cashews. Now, I think for those of you who are still on the weight loss, if you are trying to lose weight, I think that you could easily substitute white beans for this. I think that would be okay. I hope you come back. Give those doggies a hug from me. Here's 1/2 cup of cashews. You need another 1/2 cup. And so that's 1.5 cups of cashews. And as soon as the water boils, we are going to get those soaking. So while they're soaking, I am going to move on to the next. This is making me kind of hungry. Okay. The next thing we're going to do, once they need to soak for about 5 minutes, and then drain them and we're going to be blending them. So it says in a small pan, saute the garlic and onion for 2 to 3 minutes. So we need to get our garlic, which is over here. See, I'm doing what I told you not to do. You should really have everything in place. But the thing is that I know I have everything. Okay. I am going to use this cutting board, and it says we need to saute the garlic and onion for 2 to 3 minutes. And then this is going to be so easy. In a high-powered blender, such as a Vitamix, add the soaked cashews, drained, the milk, the nooch, the lemon juice, and the salt. Blend until smooth. Then add the cooked onions and garlic, spinach, and artichokes. Okay, this is going to be so. And it gets baked. I did not know that, and it gets baked for 425. So I'll do that in my other oven. I have a small little countertop oven. Okay, so I think what I am going to do is follow my own advice, and I'm going to mise en place everything, and that way it'll be done. All right, we need 4 cloves of garlic. So I'm going to go like this and show you. 1, 2. Nah, I don't know. These are feeling a little soft to me. Let me see how these are. No, that's okay. So that's considered, to me, that's 3. Those are 2 small ones. That'll be 3. And then here's a 4th. And I think that'll be good. If there was another, no, these are, I'll say maybe that'll work. Okay, those are going to have to go out. So we have our garlic, and it says I have to saute the garlic. Now it's interesting. It doesn't say to mince the garlic, but duh, that seems silly not to do that, right? So, there's the water. Let me go grab the water and soak those cashews. Okay. I heard it click off. So I'm just going to do about 3 cups of water. I think I might be most excited about this recipe because I've never made it before. It just sounds so good. It sounds like something that would be great on a piece of toast or with vegetables dipped into it. I think it will be great. Okay, so we have that. We're going to get the garlic press, and we're going to do the garlic. So I live near the water, and we went beach combing a couple of years ago, and with the decision to find rocks that I could use for garlic. So I call them my garlic rocks. So you go like this, and it just really is easy to then take the paper off. So I'm going to do that for each of them. Usually they just need 1 whack, and that's enough. That looks a little funky. Go like that. Okay. Bit of that. Okay, next one. All right. Has anybody ever used a garlic rock before? Have you ever heard of it? It's a really it's great because you know how the garlic paper is sticky and it sticks to your fingers. No, I don't like that one. So I guess I'm glad I bought some more garlic yesterday at the market. This one's pretty good. Oh my God, it's starting to, I wish you could smell my kitchen from the sweet potato casserole. It smells absolutely divine. Okay, so we have that. And now I think I'm going to take, because I feel like that's 1, 2, 3, and I need 4. So I'm going to use this. Okay. There we go. That gives me 2. You know what I'm going to do? I think I'm not crazy about this one. So that one's going to go bye-bye. And we're going to use these 2. Okay. All right. This is nice and fresh, this garlic. Perfect. Okay, so we have that. And, oh, it smells so good. Yum. Okay. Then we have this. Okay, while you're watching me fuss with this garlic, would you push anybody who's listening, just press the, click on the thumbs up, the heart. I think that's the only option you have is a heart. Isn't that correct? So click on that heart so that you can let other people know that this is a fun thing to be on here, our little community. Okay. So I'm going to get a small dish. Oh, I have it right here. The garlic is going to go in this little dish, and we will, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make my life a lot easier. I'm going to show you a really cool tool that I have. I have two of these. I have a big one and a little one. This is a string puller. And what I'm going to do, I'll show it to you like that. And all the garlic, take off the little tip. All the garlic goes inside this. Put the garlic rock away for now. This goes on here. I have this in my Amazon store. If you Google Ellen's Healthy Kitchen Amazon store, you'll find my Amazon store. And then watch what happens. There's a string, and the string pulls the blade. Perfect. That's it. Okay. And then I'm going to take this garlic. So the garlic has to go with the small onion that's diced. And I'm going to put this in here. I need to use a spatula, however, to get it out. Do that. Okay. All right. So this is the cool, that string changer is just a great tool. And then you don't have to bother with picking out the garlic from the garlic press. Okay, there we go. That is done. So there we have the 4 cloves of garlic. And I'm going to put that over here out of the way. And it says 1 small onion. I wish they gave weights. That would be great if I knew the weight of the onion. I'm going to assume that this is okay. This is a small onion. I'm going to peel it. And put that out of the way. And I'm going to chop it. I think I might use the string chopper to do that. I just have to peel off the onion paper. Okay. Okay. I'm going to look at the chat and see if anybody has any questions about what I'm doing or the recipes or anything like that. Anybody have any questions? Tap the heart to like a comment. Tap the thumbs up. Okay, I don't, you know what? On my screen, I don't see the thumbs up. So you can tap the heart to like a comment, tap the thumbs up to like the stream. Oh, that's great. So where is that thumb? Where's the thumbs up? Because I don't see it on my live stream, maybe because I'm the one live streaming. Maybe that's why. Okay. I am gonna, I don't know, this might be too much onion for this string changer. Maybe. We'll try it and see. I'll cut it into 4 quarters. And then I put it in here. And let's just see. Maybe I do it in two times. Let's see if that works. All right, got that. Is that it? Maybe one more. Oh my goodness. I just love the string changer. Yeah, that's pretty good because it's going to ultimately go into the into the Vitamix anyway. So, all right, so the onions and these are going to get sauteed. So let's just do this last bit. Okay, this is going to go perfect. All right. That goes in here. Onions are great for, do you know that? Well, onions are really powerful. I mean, in addition to being powerfully smelly, they're also really powerful. Okay, so we're continuing our mise en place. I'm going to take this and put it over here just for now, get it out of the way. And it's probably been I'm sure it's already been 5 minutes, but I'm going to let those cashews soak a little bit longer. It just is going to make them nice and soft. Beth says, have to leave. We'll watch later. Terrific. So glad you stopped by. Prodigal says, depending on how you're watching the stream, you may need to close the chat to see the thumbs up, then open the chat again. Okay. So that's good for people to know that. All right, so we have the garlic and the onion. I'm going to get the milk out. And I need, this is, when I don't make my own or buy shelf stable, this is my favorite. Silk, it's unsweetened, just regular soy milk. And I need 1.5 cups. So okay, let me get out a measuring cup. And okay, let's show you. This is 1.5 cups. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to put that aside over with the garlic and the onions. My mise en place is building up behind me. And then I need to have 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast. Let's put the milk away so it stays cold. Okay, nutritional yeast. I one time bought it at Whole Foods. And I kept the case that it came in the canister, but then I now buy it from Amazon and I get a huge container of it. And it's much better price-wise to do that. And I love Nooch. It's like one of my kitchen could not, I don't know how I would do without it. I love it so much. Okay, so we need 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast. And let's put that in a little dish. This is going to come together quickly. You'll be able to see it, I think, fairly quickly. All right, so I'm going to take 1/4 cup and put it in here. Just put that over with the mise en place stuff. And then I need 1 small lemon juiced, 2 tablespoons. I think I need to get lemons out of the refrigerator. Okay. I think I'm going to need more than what the recipe says, but we'll see. I'll try it in the lemon juicer. So let's go here and we will see what happens. Okay. And I am going to get a little bowl, little tiny bowl. I like to have, I have a lot of these because they're great for cooking mise en place. All right, remember it says it needs it says 2 tablespoons. So I'm going to go here and see. That was 1/2 lemon. And look at that. That was 1. And I wonder, oh goodness, look at that. I squeezed it some more. It needs a little bit, tiny bit more. So we will do this one. And what I don't use for this recipe, I will use for another, I'm sure. Okay. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to put the lemon juicer aside. So here is my lemon juice. Goes along with the mise en place stuff. Okay, and then let's see what's next. I need 1.5 teaspoons of salt. So I will get my, I'm going to get my, I have some more sea salt. No, I have this just fine. 1.5 teaspoons of sea salt. Okay, that's next. 1.5. So I'm going to grab a half, and I need 1.5. That's half. Okay, I never use the full amount with salt. I'd rather taste and add more. So I probably did more like a little over 1, maybe 1 and a little bit more. So here's the salt. Okay, put the salt away, and I need 4 cups of loosely packed fresh spinach. So we are going to take this bag of fresh spinach and we need 4 cups of that. So let's open it up, and you want to be careful to not use too much. I usually can, I'll tell you what, let's see, this was a handful, and that's about 1. Okay, so I know that I need to have a little bit less than my handful. 2, 3, and 4. Okay, that's great. Now I have the spinach, so mise en place goes over here. And then 2 14-ounce cans of artichokes, which I have here. And you should have seen me at the store yesterday. I must have spent 5 minutes comparing the labels of different companies that make canned artichokes because I wanted to get the ones with the least amount of sodium. Okay, so I'm going to open this, and I'm going to drain them. I'm going to open this. Okay, and then get my colander. This is a great colander. It's what do you call it when you can condense it? I forget what it's called. You can, collapsible. That's what it is. So it's a collapsible one. So I'm going to pour these out. I don't need the water, the liquid from it. And I'm going to actually let that sit in the sink for a little bit because I might as well let it drip. Okay. All right. Anybody have a question? I am preparing for our Passover Seder, which the first night is tomorrow night. And I started last night or yesterday afternoon, and we're back today. And so I'm right now working on the spinach artichoke dip. Okay, I'm at the place where I have to saute the garlic and the onion for 2 to 3 minutes. And it says using either a tablespoon of olive oil or water until the onion is slightly translucent. So I'm going to turn this so you can see. Now I'm going to get this out of the way. Put this over here. Okay. This goes over here, and I am going to pan, and I'm going to put it on maybe sort of a little above medium, and this is for the garlic and the onions, and I have my water close by just in case I need it. And while I'm doing that, I think I will also, I think that the artichokes are nicely, I'm going to just look at something. In a high-power blender, add the cashews, milk, yeast, lemon juice, and salt. Now add the cooked onions, garlic. All right, so the spinach and artichokes. Here's something that I'll save myself dirty in another bowl because I already have this, and the spinach and the artichokes go in to the container together. So I might as well just put them together, right? So I'm going to mise en place this over here out of my way. And then I'm going to wait for this to get hot enough, right? And so what's going to happen is I'm going to I'll revisit it so that you know what I'm doing. I'm going to saute the garlic and the onion for a couple of minutes. And then in the meat, and then I'm going to set it aside. And then I'm in the blender. I might as well start getting that together. There's no reason I can't. So in my blender, it says to add the soaked, drained cashews. So now I'm going to drain them. I have to clean out the colander. So make sure that's really, I don't want to have any excess water in that. Okay, so this is going to go in here. They're nice and hot. All right, so we have the cashews, the milk, which I have over here. You see the benefit of having mise en place? The milk's going to go in here. The yeast is going to go in here. Right in. The lemon juice and the salt. So we have lemon juice, salt. Okay, so that's cool. And let's see. And this says to blend it until it's very smooth. And then I add the cooked onions and garlic. So put this over here, and I'm going to go to my Vitamix and plug her in. And let's see. That's good. And now I'm sure that this is hot enough. Yep. Did you hear that sizzle? Okay. And I'm going to grab my spatula. And there you go. And I am going to add a little bit of water. My instinct tells me to. Just a little bit. I don't want too much because I don't want to steam the onions and the garlic. I'll turn down the heat a little bit so it's right around medium. And so it says, oh, interesting. The timer's, I'm going to open up the oven and take a look at that. Let's let this sort of hang out in the pan for a little bit. Okay. Let's see if I have any questions from anybody. Not yet. Okay. Who's watching? Okay. I'm going to let that go. I'm going to take my gloves, my hot holders, and I'm going to use this spoon to mix it all up. Let's see how it's doing. Okay. You know what? I feel like this really needs to be babysat a little bit. But no, that's not too bad because I lowered the heat. Let's let that go. Turned it up a tiny bit. All right. Let's see what we've got here. All right, I'm going to take this now. I can put it on the counter. You know, I just feel like my instinct tells me that it needs a lot more than that. instant. I'm going to let it go for another 30 minutes. Okay. All right, let's see how these onions are doing. Okay, onions and garlic. Smells good. Put it up a tiny bit. Okay, so ultimately, I'm going to add the cooked onions and garlic and the spinach and the artichokes. Oh, so you know what? So what I can do, we can go here, and I can put in the artichokes. So let's put that in. Some of them fell out. I know that. I can just see it at the corner of my eye. Okay. That's going to go in there. And push that down. And then, when the onions and the garlic, let's put that loosely on there. When the onions and garlic are down, that's the last thing that goes in. This is pretty easy, don't you think? What do you think about this? Pretty easy? I don't love doing onions in this pan. Not my favorite, but it is what I have, because the other ones that I would use were a little dirty. So. I really want to caramelize as much as I can, the onions and the garlic, because that'll add a real nice depth of flavor to this dish. Now, this says, I'm going to look ahead. So it says to add the cooked onion, garlic, and spinach and artichokes and pulse only a couple of times, not blend, because we want to leave a kind of a chunky texture. Taste it for salt and then add more as needed. Then transfer to an oven-safe dish. She says I use, or he, a 9-inch pie dish. So let me get out my dish that I'm going to use. It's over here. And let's see. It's not in here. And I think it's in my other cabinet. So I will get that out. Let's see how this is doing. Okay. Pie plate. Pie plate. Thought I had a pie plate, but I'll just use this. This will be fine. All right. Okay, now they're starting to caramelize, which is just what I wanted. Put in a little bit, just a tad more water. Oh, this is going to be delicious. And this is going to be, I'm going to, at the beginning, the Seder actually lasts it can last a long time. I went to a Seder that was like 9 hours. This is going to be the service itself will be about an hour and 15 minutes, something like that. And you don't eat until the Seder. There's a certain part of sort of 2/3 of the way through, maybe even more, that you eat. So during the time that we're reading and singing and praying and doing all the ritual stuff, we will have some munchies, like some vegetables, and this dip can be part of it. Right? Really, now this said to only let it go for 2 to 3 minutes, but I don't know. I don't always trust recipes. Right? You have to really, when you've cooked for a long time, sometimes you have to use your instinct. And so I want to get them a little more caramelized. I think that will add a really nice flavor. So M says, sorry, I'm joining late and we'll watch again later. Which dish are you working on now? I am working on the spinach artichoke dip. And so I'll tell you what I have done thus far. It's a pretty easy recipe. I soaked cashews and for about 5 minutes to get them, it was actually more, but to get them soft. And then I drained them and I added them to a blender with the soy milk, the nutritional yeast, the lemon juice, and the salt. And I blended it. I have it over here. And then I added on top of that the cooked, not the cooked, the raw spinach and the canned artichokes. I haven't blended it yet because I'm waiting to have the onions and the garlic be a little more caramelized. And as soon as they're done, which should be shortly, then I'm going to add that to the blender and blend it and pour it in this dish and bake it. So I think I will have to preheat the oven in a second. I still want to let these go for another minute. You know, there's nothing, I don't know. I don't love raw onions. I like them when they're nice and caramelized. It's challenging to cook without oil, but it's a skill, an acquired skill that you learn. I keep this thing of water next to the stove. I'm going to put this down so you can see what I'm doing. And I'll bring this closer. I'm just waiting for the onions to get a little bit caramelized. They're a little bit brown, but I want more. I want more. So then, and also before you came on, Em, I also took the sweet potato casserole that I made last night during the live yesterday, and I divided it into 2 containers because I realized that it just felt like it was too much for the one container. Plus, I can use half of it at my Seder tomorrow night, and the other half I can take with me to the Seder that we're going to. We're going to a second night Seder. So I decided to do that. And then I mixed the orange juice and the cinnamon and the maple syrup. I was going to use honey, but I used maple syrup. And there we go. If it was just for me and my husband, I probably would have used a combination of some maple syrup and some stevia drops because we have a kind of stevia drop that I love, and it really helps to add some sweetness. Okay. I think that is good. So now I'm going to shut that off. And there's my Vitamix. When you are plant-based, it helps to have a really good, solid base of appliances and tools. And this Vitamix has been a lifesaver in so many ways. I love it. Okay, so I'm putting the onion in here. And then I'm going to blend it while you're all here watching. Okay, that's off. Okay, on goes the lid. And just a reminder, it says we're at pulse a couple of times, but do not blend because you want to leave it kind of chunky. All right, so here we go. I think what I'm going to do is get my pusher. I'm going to push this down because I really want to be careful to make it chunky. And I think I'll use the pulse button. It's one of the great things about this model. I think that should be good. Let's take a look at it. Okay, Shauna, Starchy Shauna says, do you think we could use white beans as a replacement? Yes, I do. 100%. I think you could do either all white beans. I think you could do a mix, half white beans and half cashews. Absolutely, without a doubt. I think you can do that. Okay, this is nice and chunky. I'm going to taste it. Oh my God, that's good. Maybe could use a little more salt, but that is tasty. Tasty. I'll put a little bit more. And I will give that a mix. Perfect. It's still chunky. And I'm going to pour it. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. See how it's nice and chunky? Doesn't that look good? Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. Okay. Oh, maybe the spinach didn't get as, there are a few spinach pieces. I probably could have done it for another couple of pulses, but that's okay. Okay, here we go. Let's spread that around. Okay. Doesn't that look beautiful? Mm-hmm. And it tastes pretty darn good. I'm gonna, let's see. Okay, transfer to bake for 20 minutes or so until warm bubbly. So I'm going to, I'm curious to know what you all think about this. It's supposed to be served warm. So the question is, do I bake it now and then reheat it like in the microwave tomorrow? Or do I put it in the refrigerator, cover it, and bake it tomorrow? Some of that question will be answered by how many things I would have to do that with. So the Simus, I will need to put back in the oven. The carrots will need to go in the oven. The frittata. Yeah, so I have to, I think what I'm going to do. So Amy says she's from Western Massachusetts. I'm from Eastern. I'm from the Boston area, north of Boston. Welcome. So glad to have you here. And then Rainy Sue says she's from Montana. Welcome to you as well. How cool to have people from, we have somebody from England. I don't know if Prodigal is still here. We have people from different parts of the country. I think so. My gut is to bake it now and then I can reheat it quickly in the microwave. I think that's so. So Prodigal says I'd fridge it overnight, let it marinate and cook off tomorrow, but I'm just kind of weird like that. I would normally do that, but I have to be careful about how much, oven space. I mean, this only takes about 20 minutes in the oven. Let me think that through for a second, because if I have two, I basically have 3 shelves, but I'm really only 2 because some of the casseroles are higher. So if I need to put the Simus on a shelf, the carrots next to it, the frittata, the spinach, you know what? That could work. Cook it off tomorrow so it's nice and hot. Kind of like, yeah. Apple says I'm in Vancouver. I think I'm going to do that. But you know what? Not before I just take one more taste. It's so good. Really, really good. Really tasty. Okay. You convinced me. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cover it. Look at this funny little piece of spinach sticking out. We'll take that piece out. Okay. How gorgeous is this? And then I can make some vegan Parmesan, and that'll get sprinkled over it to serve it. Okay, that's going to go in my downstairs refrigerator. Let me just see what time it is now. And if anybody has any questions, let me know. Okay, where is my... Okay, this is going to be kind of fun. I'm going to start marking off what I have finished. Okay, here's my list of stuff. So the Simus is done. the that I'm having the spinach artichoke dip is done. I don't need the fruit salad. I mean, I do. Somebody's bringing it. Somebody's bringing the salad. So all I have left now, really, is the charoset, the mushroom. Charoset is the most delicious combination of apples and stuff, walnuts and wine. It's really good, and we use that. We make sandwiches out of it with the matzah. It's part of the ritual of Passover. Okay, I have to do the carrots, frittata, the charoset, the mock chop liver. So that's 4 things. So I think what I'll do is let me take a look at my recipes and see what if I really have about a half hour left or so to make one more thing. I'll see if that makes sense. Oh, and the soup is done too. Right, so, when I think about menus, I kind of picture the plate. Right, so I'm picturing a plate. The soup is in a bowl on the side. The plate has the Simus, which is the sweet potato. It'll have maple roasted carrots. Those are 2 orangey things. It'll have the frittata, which is a more golden, yellowy white kind of a thing. The frittata. It'll have the salad. So that'll be the Simus, the salad, and the frittata. It's not unlike me to say, oh, I think I need one more thing. And I might do something like, I have a butternut squash, and I might actually just peel that and make that in the Instant Pot and serve that. I'm kind of thinking that might be a nice thing to do. So I'm good. I think that, all right, so let's just see what the different things left. Okay, so for the frittata, I have to put in a food processor the tofu, no oil, I'm leaving that out, the salt, the turmeric, the garlic powder, the black pepper, and add the chickpea flour, and then the mushrooms have to be done on the stove for 5 to 7 minutes. Add the shallots, saute until that's golden brown, add the spinach, and then stir that into the pureed tofu mixture and pour that into the prepared pie plate. So I feel like that would be better for me to make tomorrow. Okay, the next thing is the maple roasted carrots. 4 pounds of carrots, cleaned and trimmed. And then there's a prepare and roast the carrots. You have to toss the carrots with the oil, which I'm not going to use, and the maple syrup, and then bake them for 20 to 30 minutes, turning halfway through. And then while they're baking for 20 to 30 minutes, I have to make the tahini sauce, which is mixing together tahini, lemon juice, white miso paste, teaspoon of maple syrup, a grated garlic clove, add water. I could add water. This sauce is a delicious blend, blah, 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 blah. You know what? I think what I'll do is, because I think I still have a few minutes left here before I have to go get ready for what I'm doing. And it's okay to do this, to make your recipes in stages. So I'm going to definitely, because why I'm not going to do the carrots right now, because I have to peel them, and that's going to take some time. So I think what I'll do is just make the sauce. Now I think, I think that I'm going to just do that. I think that makes more sense. Okay, so let's get that done, shall we? Any questions from anybody? It's smelling so good. My husband's upstairs. He's going to come down and think that a bomb hit the kitchen. Okay. I'm going to get this out. Prodigal says, I've stopped peeling carrots, just a good wash, and off you go. It depends on the carrots. I agree with you. If the carrots are relatively clean, then I'm okay with that. But if they're, if they're dirty, I don't like it. It's for me, just, I don't know. It's just my thing, I guess. But you know what? I'm starting to smell let me put this down here. I'm starting to smell the sweet potatoes, so that tells me that maybe I need to check them. So I'm going to take this and put it over here. because I want you to see what I'm doing. All right. So I'm going to put this over here. Let's take the sweet potato stuff out and see what is doing. Maybe it just needs, maybe I need to mix it and get the juice more mixed up. Let's start with that. I'll get the other one out, okay? All right. It looks awfully good. I'll put this over here. Okay, and I'm going to mix it. I'll go in here. Now, if you want to see it, so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. I think that when my mother made this, she did not slice the potatoes like this. She had them more like in chunks. Well, this is just a little bit of a different way to do it. Okay, it smells awfully good. Now I'm curious to give the sweet potatoes a try and see if they're not. They should be. I can't imagine they're nice and soft, but I could be wrong. Okay. Oops. Oh my God, that is so good. You're not, in my opinion, you're not done it. So that is, I'm going to put it back in. So, you know, maybe it needs more like an hour and a half. I don't know. It's been what, 30? I have 8 minutes left and I did it twice for 30. So it's been about 30 and 20-ish minutes. So that's been 50 and it's still, to me, not done. So put it in here. And when the buzzer goes off, I know I could add more to it now, but okay. Let's see. I think, oh, I was going to do the tahini sauce for the carrots. So let's do that. Okay. Yeah, what Amy, you said that looks delicious. Were you talking about the spinach artichoke dip? Is that what you meant? Yeah, I think it looks delicious too. You know, I think it would be, now that I think about it, there's so many things you could do with it. I mean, you can use it as a dip, but I could see using it to mix up with pasta. I think that would be delicious. You know, or to make pasta and add it to the spinach dip and then bake it off as a casserole that has, and I would even do it with potatoes. I think that would be great as well. And so Prodigal says, yeah, I saw that. And let me see if there's any other. I'm not seeing. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah, I'm good. Okay. How do you pronounce that dish? Which one? The sweet potatoes? It's pronounced Simus. It's spelled, let me see if I can put it in the chat. Can I write in the chat? Yes. Tzimes. There you go. And for those of you who want to join my email list, by the way, I didn't realize that I could type in that. So I'm going to go here and you will find 3 gazillion recipes of, hold on, I'm going to come back to you in a second. I want to just share something with you. Okay. If you want to join my email list, way to do it. I'm going to put it in the chat. You can, that's where you sign up for my email list and you get 3 of my free salad dressing recipes. So you can do that and then you're on my email list. Yeah, so you'll find a million different recipes for Simus. Everybody has their own. And I've been cooking long enough that and I don't know if you remember, I told you this yesterday, but I have not done a Passover Seder where I've cooked for over 20 years. So it's been a long time since I made that Simus. So, my cooking has changed and my style has changed. But I do know that I have a lot of confidence in my cooking. And so I know that, and I will have to make notes on it. I know that it wasn't enough time, half hour. One of the recipes said 30 minutes and then another 20, but I just did that and it still wasn't done. I feel like it needs more time. So anyway, the next recipe that I'm going to start prepping, and I will finish, and somebody has to make sure to remind me at 6:30 because I really need to get off at about 6:30. But I'm going to make this dressing. So it's maple roasted carrots with tahini, pomegranate seeds, and pistachios. Those are pricey ingredients, I can tell you that, the pomegranate seeds and the pistachios. But again, it's a special holiday, so I made an exception. All right, so I'm going to start with tahini, and I need 4 tablespoons. Put the orange juice away here. And I need 4 tablespoons of tahini. I love this 365 brand, is one of my faves. There's a few that I really like. This is one of them. Okay, this is a tablespoon measure. That's 2 tablespoons, right? So this calls for 4, so I'll use 2 of these if I did the math correctly. 1 and 2. There we go. And then I'll put this in the refrigerator, and tomorrow when I go to do the carrots, the dressing will be all done. So that'll help me. Okay, let's get make sure I don't leave any behind. All right. So we have the tahini. Now it calls for 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. So we are going to, I'm definitely going to need another lemon. Let's start with this one. And so 4 tablespoons. Here, I can use this. And there we go. That way I don't waste any of that lemon juice. This is the greatest lemon squeezer. This makes it so easy. I want to make sure you, oh, I spilled some of that. Not good. Okay, so there's 2. And then take this out and do another one. I'm positive I'm going to need another one, so I might as well get it out of the refrigerator. Okay. And let's see. Yep, this will do. Okay, carefully. All right, so we have our 2 things of lemon juice. Squeeze and make sure it's all out. Okay, this is going to be delicious. Okay, and then we have 2 teaspoons of white miso paste. And I discovered miso when I started following a whole food plant-based way of eating. And I use it a lot. It gives you a very umami, savory, kind of sweet, salty sort of taste. Right, I need 2 teaspoons of that. So I am going to grab, here's another. I have multiple measuring spoons because I use so many. So here's 1. And here's 2. Okay, so we've got that. That can go back in the fridge. Then I need 2 teaspoons of maple syrup. Now I'm just going to make sure I'm following the directions. Spread the carrot to make the tahini sauce. In a small bowl, whisk together the tahini, the lemon juice, the miso, the maple syrup, the garlic, and the grated garlic. Okay, so we're going to go back here. That was my thought. Okay, I am turning the timer off, and now I'm going to turn it on again, and I'm going to put it on for another 20 minutes. And because it's just my instinct. All right, 2 teaspoons of maple syrup. So we're going to go here and use this. Here's 1. And here's 2. Okay. I have to lick that. 2 small cloves of garlic. All right, so where are we? We need, do you remember how I did this before? For those of you who came on afterwards, this is called a string puller, string chopper. That's what it's called, a string chopper. So this says 2 small cloves of garlic. And so I'm going to use my garlic rock and easily peel the paper off the garlic. And if I were whisking in and cleaning up after me, but I don't. So, okay, so there's that. And let's get that. Watch this magic. This is such a great tool. Oh, you know what? I still had a little bit of garlic left. Yeah, it's just gonna be a hard time because my hands are wet. Okay. Let's get, I'm not going to put all the garlic in because those were a little bit bigger than small. So I'll leave some of that behind and see. And now this says to whisk together. And so I'm going to get my whisker out. Whisk. And this says to whisk the tahini, the lemon juice, the miso paste. Oh, you know what? That's interesting. Oh, no, I think I'm good. Okay. Now this says to gradually add 2 tablespoons of water, stirring until the sauce is smooth. So let's do that. We'll add our water. What I'm going to do is I have 2 tablespoons here. So I'm going to gradually add, not the whole thing, but let's see. Let's see, I think I'm going to do the entire amount because I want the carrots to really be nicely coated. Okay. Yeah, that's done. So you can see. And what happens is that the carrots, let's see. So I'm going to bake the carrots off without any of the sauce. And then I'm going to, once the carrots are done roasting, I transfer them to a serving platter and drizzle this tahini sauce over it. And then on top of that, I add the pomegranate seeds and the pistachios and a little bit of chopped parsley or cilantro. That's it. So my sauce is done. Let's give it a taste and see if it needs more garlic. And oh my God, that is so good. So good. I think it needs a little bit more garlic. Little bit, not. Okay. And I think it's very tasty. I think it needs a tiny bit more sweetness. So I think that I'm going to just add a little bit more. a tad more. So this is what it looks like. So you'll see I would pour that. Now, I'm going to guess that this will thicken overnight. And if it does, let me wash my fork. If it does, then I will just add some more water to it. So let's taste it and see how it tastes. That's perfect. Yum. That is really good. Okay, so that's it. So let's just see. I'm going to look at the chat. I bought one of those string choppers after a YouTube video you shared. I love it. Did you get the small one or the big one? Because there are two different, well, there might even be more sizes, but I don't know what that was. But it's actually, I have both sizes and they're both fabulous. Now, I have to say, I might not have minced the garlic as much as I would like. So what I will do is I'll taste it tomorrow. And if I feel like it needs more, a little bit more, I'll put it in my mini bullet. I have a small blender. And I also kind of am feeling like look at that. Kind of feel like it needs a tiny bit more water. So I don't want it to be dressing per se, but I also want it to, I want it to just a little bit. I also want to be able to pour it, and not have it be in like globs. Okay, I think it's bigger because the garlic was too small to chop in it. Okay, Caroline says, do you want to take the potatoes out a bit early since you will be putting it back in the oven the night of your... Yes. Thank you. All right, so this is done. And I feel like I can't really quite cross off the maple roasted carrots on my list because we're not, well, only, you know what I'll do just because cross it halfway off. Oh, goodness. What's going on here? I don't know if you guys can still hear me, but I got a little message saying my Wi-Fi was unstable. Can you still hear me okay? Let's get this out. Let's give it a try. Oh, yeah. I think that's probably good. Okay, see what I'm doing. Okay, let's get a clean fork out. And first I'm going to give it a stir. Oh, it's nice. It's nice. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Let's give it a try. Okay. Perfect. I wonder how much time that was, but thank you so much, Caroline says. Yes, good call, because I am a simple home cook and can ruin a recipe in a minute. Proper festive meals shouldn't involve micro. Oh! Sometimes you have to if you have to reheat things and you only have one oven. Now, if I... Okay, I'm going to shut this off. And I am going to take this out. This is the other one. And I'm going to put it right there for now. That's good. I'm going to clean up after I end this live, and I will get that taken care of. So I'm going to put this in a container so I have it for tomorrow. I think we're good. I feel like this is enough liquid. and it's going to be delicious on the carrots. And it'll be so pretty to have the orange carrots with this miso dressing and the red pomegranate seeds and the green, sort of greenish brownish pistachios. That's going to be great. Okay, so let's see where I am. I like to sort of take stock, if you will. And if you're watching, please, as Prodigal pointed out, click on the like, and that tells me that I forgot exactly what you said. Let me see if I can go back and see what you said. Tap the heart to like a comment. Oh, I see. So if somebody left a comment that you like, you tap the heart. But if you want to like the stream, then you can tap the thumbs up. That helps promote it to a wide. Oh, okay. So tap the heart if you want to like a comment that somebody made, and tap the thumbs up if you want to help spread the word that this is a fun place to be with Ellen's Healthy Kitchen. That would be fabulous. Okay. So I have 5 minutes left, and during that 5 minutes, before I bid you adieu, somebody wrote me and asked me about the recipes from yesterday, and I just still haven't gotten to it yet. So thank you, Renee, for letting me know that you could hear me. And thank you, Caroline, for telling me about taking the potatoes out. I think that was a good call. And I have to say, what I remember from my mom making it, it always had a lot more juice. So I think that I would be inclined to use more juice, and maybe even tomorrow I'll add some before I put it in the oven. Mix up some maple syrup with some orange juice and some cinnamon, and then add that just to have a little bit more juice. Okay. So does anybody have any thoughts, any questions, anything before I say goodbye? And if I haven't said it, I want you to know how beyond grateful I am, beyond grateful that you come and spend time with me while I'm doing this. It really means the world to me. I love cooking. I love food. I love people. I just love it all. And I think I'm a hostess at my core, and I love combining food and people. So it was great. Thank you. Happy Passover to you too. I don't know if you celebrate it, but thank you for saying so. Yeah, I just love. I was telling. I have somebody who actually helps me with YouTube and learning how to be better at it. And I was telling him that I think I found my sweet spot doing these lives. And my friend Sean is here. Thank you for bringing us along. From the bottom of my heart, you are my sister. Renee says, always seem to join too late. I'd like the recipes if you can share them. Yes, I will share them. At some point, I will do it in the next few days. Fingers crossed. We're going to, we have tomorrow. I'm cooking all day. I might do another live tomorrow. And then Sunday, we're going to a wake, and then we're going to go to another second night Passover Seder. So I don't know that I'll have time for that. Barbara says, Happy Pesach. Yes, Barbara. And I got your message about the better than bouillon, and I will respond to that too. So thank you for your kind words. And yeah, who's interested in, you love these lives? I know I do too. I kind of I don't know. I love cooking, and it's kind of fun to take people along and get ideas and to get feedback. It's just great. What would be so much fun, I think, would be to really plan a live way in advance and to choose the recipes. And maybe I'll do this with my email list, choose the recipes and say, join me 2 weeks from tomorrow, and we're going to cook live, and everybody's going to make the same thing at the same time. You'll all have your laptops or your phones open. I think that would be really a lot of fun. So anyway, thank you so much. And I really, really appreciate it. And I'm going to I'm going to take you all into my Seder with me. I will tell everybody at my Seder that I cooked with a whole group of people from all over the world because, it's fun to do that. So if you haven't subscribed to me, I would ask you to please do so. Subscribe. I have lots of stuff coming. Starchy Shauna has lots of stuff that you can check out. Make sure that you subscribe though. And if you click that bell, you have choices of either getting all of my content or some of, I can't remember exactly what it says, but you can make a choice about what content you want or how much of it you want. But the more you let YouTube know what you want, the more that they're going to send my stuff to you and to other people. Yeah. You know what I'd love to know is, what do you love about it? That would be kind of an interesting, if you take a moment now, I'll stay on for an extra minute or two. What do you love about it? And M says, thank you. It's so much. It's wonderful to watch you. Thank you, M. And M and I have a close relationship too, because she and I both study with the same YouTube person. And I hope that's okay that I just said that. So it's just been, I have found that YouTube has opened up my life in a way that I'm just, oh my God, if you saw my kitchen, oh my God, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you that mess. That is good. But you know what? And then there's this over here. That's okay. I'm going to go sing my little heart out during this Sabbath service, and then I will come and clean it all up. That's all. I'm just going to tell my husband not to come down until I'm done cleaning. So Apple says, I like the long videos to accompany me while I do stuff around the house. And I like the community in chat. I find it all very helpful and supportive. Thank you. I agree. I agree. I think I love going on lives for people that I love and admire and respect. Prodigal says, the lives show us how many people like us there are, the engagement, interaction, the journey. Yeah, it creates like a community, right? It creates a community. And even though we don't know each other, we kind of get to know each other here. And you know, what would help me is I tend to be a last minute Lucy. What would help? Would it help if I only did them once a week? Because ultimately that's, this is different because it's Passover and I'm doing it like 3 days in a row. But as a general rule, I probably will just say do them every Wednesday or something like that. And would it help to have them at a certain day at a certain time? Would it help maybe it would help if I let my email list know that, next Wednesday, I'm going to be doing a YouTube live and I'm going to share a recipe for, XYZ. What are some things that would help? Or do you just whatever, and just throw caution to the wind and you catch it when you catch it? And I'm just open to suggestions if anybody has them. Yeah, that would be great if I knew that. I'm just thinking that I'm getting hungry, but I can't eat. I've had a few bites of the potato stuff, but I can't eat because I'm about to sing. And if I eat before I sing, I will burp during the service, and I can't do that. Prodigal says you can schedule them a week or two in advance, find out what works for your community. Yeah. And Apple says, I find a set time and day is helpful. Okay. Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Renee says, I'd love advance notice or a regular time so I can catch you live from the start. Yeah, I'm still kind of new in this world. So that's why I'm new in this world, in the YouTube world. I've really only been for a couple of months, really. And one of the things that would help me, to be honest with you, would be if you have time, is to go back and you can look through my playlists and watch some of my former videos. And that would help me, because the idea is to get more people to come to your channel. Duh, of course, right? But I appreciate your telling me that advance notice would be good, because I'm kind of thinking, and I also don't know what time. Like I've done them on a Sunday at, I don't remember, I think it was like mid-afternoon, and I had a lot of people. I have found that when I do them around this time of the day, around 5 o'clock, I'm not getting as many people. It's got 1 more minute left. What do I have in there? Wait a minute. No. I'm going to shut that off. Cancel and cancel the timer. Yeah. I think that it would be, I think I just have to figure out, like, you could just tell me what's the best time for you. What's the best day? What's the best time? If I were to do it on a weekly basis, what would that look like for you? Would you want it during the week? Would you want it on the weekend? Would you want it during the day, earlier? Would you like it after dinner, like at 8 o'clock? Would you like it on a Sunday morning? Just let me know what would work best for you. because I love all of you to come along. Every time I do a live, it would be great if that were to happen. So just let me know. Give me and you don't have to, you can, I don't know, can you leave a comment after the live is over? I don't think you can, but I don't know. I was going to say you could come back and let me know. Or you can certainly email me at ellen@ellenshealthykitchen.com and let me know. I just don't know enough about it to give you a definitive answer. Okay, Prodigal says, thanks for the live, Ellen. Don't be late to your next thing. Oh. You know what? All I really have to do is I have to go into the other room and get my guitar out and tune it. And that's it. And I start in 25 minutes. So Sundays don't work for me, but the rest of the week is open. Okay, good. That's good to know. All right. Hey, my friends, thank you so much. I so appreciate every single one of you. And thank you. Okay, bye.